Is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate already the #1 selling Super Smash Bros. Game of all time? Now, this question comes to light due to updated sales in Japan, where Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has now sold 2.628 million units. That's 2,628,087 units. To put that in perspective, the prior best-selling Super Smash Bros. Game in Japan was the Nintendo 3DS one that we got, with the Wii U version. It sold 2,558,302 units. All of this data comes from Twitter user @DataLibrary, who compiled all of this data from all of the various reports. So, to put that in perspective, it is a few hundred thousand higher than what Super Smash Bros. Brawl did, and well ahead of what the Super Smash Bros. And Super Smash Bros. Melee, and naturally what Super Smash Bros. For Wii U did in Japan. Now, it is notable the #1 selling Smash Bros. Game of all time isn't the 3DS version, however, it is the one for Nintendo Wii, which moved about 13.5 million units. Now, the reason we bring to light the idea that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate might be the best-selling Super Smash Bros. Game of all time is we're just talking about Japan. We know that Super Smash Bros. Became the best-selling game on Amazon in the United States after only being out for a few weeks, and for all of 2018, it outsold even Amazon gift cards or gift cards for things like the PlayStation Network, Nintendo eShop, and all that stuff. There was not a single item in the video game category on Amazon that outsold Super Smash Bros. Ultimate last year. So, I know it's limited data, and we're going to get an NPD report here in a few days, and we're going to, in a couple weeks, have the official numbers from Nintendo. But what is very, very clear to me is that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is selling unlike any Super Smash Bros. Game before it, and I would not be surprised if right now, in the middle of January 2019, that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has already become the best-selling Super Smash Bros. Game ever. Now remember, 13.5 million is the bar to beat for that. It is already the best-selling Smash Bros. Game of all time in Japan, and I'm not going to be surprised if it's higher elsewhere. I mean, would it be shocking if Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has already sold 6 to 8 million in just the U.S.? Just the U.S. And then you just need a few million from the rest of the world? I honestly think Ultimate might have already done it. So again, it is the best-selling Super Smash Bros. Game of all time right now, just in Japan. But I'm thinking it's not just Japan that this is happening. This might have already happened in the United States, might have already happened in the UK, might have happened in France, might have happened in Australia, it might have happened in every major territory. After all, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was the most hyped Smash Bros. Game of all time because it is the first game, really since the literal first game in the series, to have everyone here. The Everyone is Here campaign for that game has been phenomenal and is an advertisement that no other Smash Bros. Game but the original at the time of release could really tout, because what the original had is obviously all that it had. So, wow. 74 characters, all those stages, all the music tracks, 5 more characters to come, 6 more including Piranha Plant. Things are getting exciting around here. And Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is just, every time we hear about sales for the game, it's new record after new record after new record. Now, what is notable about these sales in Japan, that's just physical. It includes absolutely 0 digital sales. With digital included, Game Data Libraries estimated it has sold north of 3 million units in Japan. So the numbers are just astronomical. I mean, think about it, 3 million. You only need to, 10 million now the world over? I honestly think Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is going to get announced on January 31st that it's the best-selling Super Smash Bros. Game of all time at that investors meeting. They're going to look at some sales data from January to pull that off, but it doesn't matter. In less than 2 months on the market, nothing sold better than it. And that's an incredible way to start 2019 for Nintendo, where obviously New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe just came out, Tales of Vesperia, Definitive Edition. Also, 2 ports, but really, really nice ports and really, really nice additions. I do think that this is some exciting news for Smash fans out there as well, because I think this game is going to be supported unlike any Smash game before it. Now, we've had post-game content and DLC, but I think we would be seeing years of content for Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yeah, we have the first DLC pack stuff that goes through early 2020, but I fully expect another fighter pack to come right after that to add 5 more characters to the game. Why? Because the game is too popular and too big and going to make too much money not to do it. But maybe that's just me. Now remember, Super Smash Bros. Is the type of series that only comes out once per generation, so it very well could be 5, 6, 7, 8 years before we see another Smash Bros. Game. And it's going to be hard to figure out how Nintendo, Sakurai, Bandai Namco, etc. can top Ultimate, because now the bar has been set so high it's almost impossible to get back up to. But hey, I honestly would like to see them add some DLC to the game, like more modes. I know, crazy, there's so much content, but if they would like charge $15 and say, hey, you gotta break the targets for every character, I would be all over that in a heartbeat. That being said, you guys let me know what you think about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Are you still playing it? What's your favorite parts of the game? Is it the online, or is it the Spirit mode? Is it classic mode? Is it just normal smashing? Are you excited about all the characters that are in the game? Do you think they're going to have a second DLC pass that goes beyond this initial one with its first 5 characters, 6 including Piranha Plant? Although Piranha Plant's not part of that DLC pass, if you buy the game before the 31st, register and get the code and register the code, you'll be able to have Piranha Plant for free. After January 31st, you have to pay for it. We don't know how much that's going to cost, but yeah, this is exciting to me. I love looking at sales data, and sales data for one of the staples of Nintendo's library since the N64 era, doing something that's never done before. The thing is, I probably should have predicted this, because Smash Bros. Ultimate is just following the trends. Breath of the Wild is the best-selling Zelda game of all time. That happened in less than 2 years. If you want to look at Super Mario Odyssey, well, it is the best-selling 3D Mario game of all time already in just over a year. Splatoon 2 outsold Splatoon 1. It seems to be a trend at this point. Heck, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is on pace to potentially be the best-selling Mario Kart game of all time. Got a ways to go, but it's got a chance. And that is just crazy to me, that we are looking at a system in which pretty much every new IP that comes out, or new game in an IP that comes out, becomes an instant bestseller. I mean, Mario Tennis Aces was the fastest selling Mario Tennis game of all time. Kirby Star Allies was the fastest selling Kirby game of all time. I mean, things are just nuts. What is going on Switch? Like, we are just scooping up games as a consumer base at a pace that is unheard of. But you know what? I'm pretty happy about it. I'm sure you're pretty happy about it too. Speaking of Smash, be sure to go down to the description and enter our Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Switch Bundle giveaway through the Gleam.io link. All it is required is that you subscribe for more content. And hey, you know what? You should be doing that anyways. Drop a like on this video, and I will catch all of you guys in the next one.